Day 2 is in the books here at Quail Hollow. Round 2 is not. The weather, I think, Sean, shook things up. We've got 2 names at the top of the leaderboard, and we saw some big names really take a run on a rain-softened course. Normally we talk about the weather at British Opens, but I feel like today it really had an effect on this tournament.
Well, it was just weird how it happened. You know, the guys in the early part of the day, they got their rounds in. Kevin Kisner had no weather issues. All of a sudden, guys that are trying to make a run at him, Hideki Matsuyama, Jason Day, Louis Oosthuizen, they get out there and they're hot. And the rain, it kind of comes and goes, and they put weather signs up, and then they take the weather signs down. All of a sudden, we're like, well, we might get this whole second round in. Then the rain hits, the storm hits, and all of a sudden they put the brakes on. But the guys kind of powered through. Jason Day and Hideki, they still kind of pushed their rounds. They actually finished on time. They ran to finish their rounds on time. They got it in, but not everybody's in. There's still a couple groups out there.
Yeah, it was kind of a strange, almost surreal scene to watch guys. Some guys running out there hurrying to beat the darkness.
Jason
Day
playing
sleep a little later.
Golf.
Yeah.
That's a sight.
Who would have thought? So now, after Kevin Kisner leads all day, has a nice dinner, probably assumes he's going to sleep on the lead.
Yeah.
He's tied with the hottest player in the game right now. I think we will agree on that. Hideki Matsuyama is coming off the win at Firestone. Is Hideki now the guy to beat?
He has to be, I think. I think Kevin Kisner doesn't have the length that Hideki has, and when this course gets wet, and it's gotten wetter and wetter each day, it's going to get wetter on Saturday. This course is only getting longer, and Hideki's got the length that can match the big bombers out here. His ball striking is second to none, and his putter is hot right now. It's all clicking for him, and I think he could even possibly go lower. He had a putt on 18 to take it to 8 under for the day and 9 under overall. He missed it, but it just shows I think he's got more firepower than Kisner has.
Yeah, I wonder if the golf course stays like this, if it rains a little bit tomorrow off and on like we got today, I think that helps Hideki. I think it helps Jason Day. Helps Louis, another guy who's won a major by a lot of shots. So all of a sudden this entire tournament changes just by the storms that rolled in. All right, before we wrap it up, there is one other player I want to talk about. It's a little bit more of a grim topic. Phil Mickelson did not look good this week. He missed the cut. He finished 11 over. I'm trying to think of an adjective to describe his play. I would say listless. Just didn't seem like he was fully engaged. I am disturbed. I didn't like what I saw at all out of Phil, and so now I wonder, are we actually witnessing the beginning of the end of Phil in terms of a relevant major contender in this game?
Yeah, I don't want to go that far because he's had a really good season, and it's just the past couple months have been a little bit rocky for him, obviously losing Bones as a caddy, which was his own decision. You know, Phil's kind of figuring a couple things out right now, but you could hear in his comments after the round, he's like, I don't really know exactly where the misses are going right now. He's trying to bring those misses back in closer to center, and he doesn't have the answers right now. He's out of majors for this year. By the time he plays this event next year, he'll be 48. Father Time, as we all know, tends to be undefeated, especially with golfers. So I don't know if we're there yet, but it seems like we're getting closer.
I think we're getting closer. I think in terms of majors, I think we may be entering that period where Phil becomes a factor at Augusta and the British,
couple only,
but maybe not the other two. And obviously he's going to want to play those team events, but it's going to be harder for him to make it on points if he's only popping up as a contender sporadically as opposed to consistently throughout the year.
I think if Phil has taught us anything in his career, though, it's kind of expect the unexpected. The guy kind of pulls things out of a hat like a magician at times, and especially with his short game, and especially at Augusta, and especially at the British Open. So I'm not ready to put us there. I'm not ready to turn the page yet, and I don't think everybody is. He's got so many fans out here. This is one of his favorite events, obviously, and I think that you get that sense. It was a weird vibe this week for him.
Yeah, it was. Well, one thing we can turn the page on, this show. It is dark out here. We're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. We will see you Saturday night.